As that players shuffle up?
Yeah, so 1 and 1. One of the players had a game loss, unfortunately, so I think...
this basically means that the Jund player won game 1.
The Jund player won game 1, and now they're going to a game 3, if that makes sense. So, pretty stock stuff from the Jund list. You have one spicy, a couple of cards in the main deck, which you wouldn't always expect. You've got a main deck Fulminator Mage, and a Kalitas Traitor of Get, which is a new standard all-star printed in Oath of the Gatewatch, which is it's a 3/4 lifelink for 2 and 2 black, and when when a creature an opponent controls dies, you exile it instead of it going to the graveyard, and you get a 2/2 zombie.
And you can sack zombies or vampires to give it +2/+2.
So
anyway, I think Wizards have worked out that 4 mana 3/4s are about where they want powerful hate cards to be. Like we got Linvala, we got Kalitas, we got Resto. I quite like powerful 4 mana 3/4s in this format.
So we see Charles Westerman does have the combo in hand already, but so I think it's 4 lands, Restoration Angel, Kiki, and a Remand. So both players starting off with their respective man lands.
Oh, person lands.
And Charles Westerman just playing a Flusterstrand, choosing not to go with a Wall of Omens, probably wanting to leave up Remand for this Dark Confidant.
See, Mr. Westerman's just playing for time here. I think the Remand here seems very reasonable. You just gotta stop your Jund opponent getting card advantage, stop your Jund opponent killing you.
Yeah, I mean,
and you're gonna win the game.
Doesn't have as much interaction because a lot of their interactions things like Abrupt Decay, which Abrupt Decay does not hit any part of the combo. They've got the Terminates and they've got.
We have to assume that Abrupt Decay comes out. He only has 2 in his main deck.
2 and then 3 Terminates, 2 Colligans, man, which isn't 1 for Lightning Bolt, 1 Maelstrom. Yeah, he's got. He's only got.
I've got to say, I like this Jund list. The 4 Excision and the 2 Thoughtseize probably stayed in the deck, and we haven't seen any of those yet.
But
we'll be quite good at.
Should Charles Westerman play Restoration Angel, Kiki, the only answers he's got is to kill the Kiki in response with.
Shock with Colligan's Command. We've got Lightning Bolts as well.
He doesn't. Yeah.
They're out to the combo. I like this Wall of Omens from Mr. Westerman. I like the. It's like Wall of Omens. I like
Wall of
cards.
Omens is very good.
I like blocking creatures.
Wall of Omens, and you block and blink it with a Restoration Angel. Gain loads of cards.
Powerful stuff. So I think we might just be running back this Dark Confidant here.
Yeah, I think he's just going to play the Dark Confidant.
I assume there is a 3rd land from.
And Bloodstained Mire.
Yeah.
He does have quite.
So he's drawn the Colligan's Command and he's got 2 Terminates. So I think. We talked about how the Colligan's Command stay in the deck. We talked about Colligan's Command quite a lot on camera so far. I like the look of the card. I'm not sure the artifact word is going to be used here. The draw step, discard.
Draw, discard. I think all of the other 3 modes should all be used. I mean, we've got a single artifact, got 1 sideboard Spellskite, which I guess you could blow that up.
It's probably coming in. So I guess
it could potentially use any of the 4 modes.
I just want to shock things.
Yeah.
In this match.
Shock, return a creature, make your opponent discard, return a Tarmogoyf to your hand.
Oh, it's in the Painful Truths. I saw the Painful Truths there. And the Duress. So
I think he's, I mean, a lot of, it's a,
control match.
At heart, it's a control match.
Yeah.
Which...
I love that Painful Truths and Duress. You know, Painful Truths.
I wonder if
control deck.
If he's going for a full control, I've seen control against control be also side in things like Kitchen Finks and Thragtusk, just as resilient creatures.
Resilient threats.
So Bob says
Thoughtseize.
So it just takes 1 and probably another 2 from casting the Thoughtseize, and he draws a basic forest.
Another guy
a swamp that looks a lot like a forest.
Yeah, it's that foiling effect. So our opponent has access to many of the black banners.
Yeah, he's got. He's just a very stocked hand, and with
unfortunately,
that
the double Wall of Omens. Just the combo as well now.
I think. What do you take here? I think it's between the Restoration Angel and the Spell Snare.
Well.
If you've got an answer to the combo, I think taking the Spell Snare is fine. But if you don't really have any, if you don't have a...
How many snare effects does he have in hand? I don't know. He has the 2 Terminates. They both get Spell Snared.
Yeah.
But he's probably not playing a 2-drop this turn.
So I think if taking the Restoration Angel...
And you can shock the Kiki with the half of Colligan's Command that can't be Spell Snared.
Yeah, I think...
So I feel, if you need to, because the powerful engine of Kiki Jiki Wall of Omens is surprisingly good. I just make all 4s and draw cards.
Also, I've seen Kiki Jiki Eternal Witness is the best combo I've seen. And Kiki Jiki Thragtusk.
Kiki Tusk.
They're 2 of the best.
I like the Yeah,
it takes the Restoration Angel.
That seems pretty reasonable. It's the hardest effect for him to remove, considering his opponent has a Spellstone in hand.
Okay, I think he'll play... I think I
He's
saw a
holding up
scavenging
Colligan's
ooze in his
command.
hand.
He's got lots of twos.
I don't like playing the scavenging ooze now. You're just playing it directly into spell snare. So yeah, passes the turn.
It depends how important you value the...
Draws a path. You want to be saving that for something like a Tarmogoyf, but can you really let this Dark Confidant just draw 2 cards a turn?
We'll see,
I guess he's got to... You'd really hopefully want to bolt, helix or electrolyse the Dark Confidant.
Yeah.
Because he's got...
access to all of those spells in multiples.
2 electrolyse, 2 helix, 4 bolt. So
not playing the 4 electrolyze like Chris was, which I loved.
I do like 4
I like
electrolyse.
the 4 electrolyze in the middle there. It's like it came to beat Laura. I feel really bad. Anyway, this matchup, we're looking at electrolyze less good. It kills Bobs.
Kills Bobs. Kills Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, maybe.
Kills... Kitchen Finks-ish.
Yeah, not really well.
Other than that, it draws you a card. It deals 2 damage.
Yeah.
It's not too bad when you... If you can... I think leaving it in for killing a Dark Confidant drawing a card is pretty brutal against...
Yeah,
the matchup where both players want as many cards as possible. You see some electrolytes being left in the deck.
Yeah, we saw that there. That's really useful. I love these players that shuffle face up. That's really useful. Thank you so much to the players on the coverage team.
We can have a look at the sideboard cards they've brought in.
Look forward to see how this game progresses. It seems a bit like our Jund player really worried about the spell snare. Maybe she's just worried about the spell snare. Maybe she should have just taken the spell snare. Especially now it's being pathed.
Now it's being pathed, I think.
Oh man.
What do you think about doing it at the end of turn rather than in his upkeep before the Dark Confidant triggered?
The trigger happens at the beginning of the upkeep, so you have to do it.
There's no way.
You have to do it in your end step.
I guess giving him a land and also giving him the chance to draw a Tarmogoyf or something. It probably is worth him getting the extra card for that.
Excuse me.
How many basic? If we go over a basic check in both decks, we've got 2 swamp, 1 forest, 1 mountain in the Jund list.
And we see these basic lands making a splash in Modern.
2 islands, 1
BSC.
mountain, 1 plains.
Splash in Modern. The Kiki guy's land's less important, Mr. Westman. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the engine on, boys.
Kiki plus.
Let's make Note 4s and attack.
Kiki plus Wall of Omens. So yeah, it's just gonna draw a card every single turn. I reckon this will probably eat a Colligan's Command. Yeah, I think he's just going to get rid of this. Doesn't want to spell snare because he doesn't want to terminate because of the spell snare, but if he just goes for a Colligan's Command here, that's Colligan's Command killing Kiki, returning Dark Confidant maybe?
Dark Confidant is exiled.
Or is it exiled and making him discard?
Fascinating stuff. Yeah. Kiki's dead.
Kiki's dead. And
what is this? It's a Wall of Omens token. Painful Truth.
Ooh.
Let's draw some cards.
So, I think this Painful Truth is going to be pretty good for the Jund deck. We've got his 3 cards. And especially looking at the cards in the Jund list, it's 3 of any of these cards seems pretty
Our
good.
Jund player has drawn a lot of cards. It's going to be rough for this. Having access to the Raging Ravine is really relevant.
But you see Charles Westerman has picked up a bolt which can take care of the Raging Ravine if...
Well, I was thinking the Tectonic Edge as well.
Yeah.
We've got lots of path answers to that kind of card. Which is interesting because usually first lands are quite hard to disrupt.
He just plays this Tasigur in his hand. What does Charles have? He'd have to. You can chump block it for a few turns, but he doesn't actually have an answer in hand. He'd have to draw one of his Snapcasters, which he has only 3 of. A Celestial Purge from the side, which I guess has been brought in, or a Path.
Yeah.
So these big creatures.
And Verdict. Verdict is relevant, I guess.
Go for Tasigur, probably going for Tasigur plus Painful Truth this turn. Not a bad turn. If he does. Oh no, doesn't choose not to play Painful Truth. I like playing Painful Truth there a lot actually.
It doesn't play around Mana Leak.
His opponent only had the 1 mana.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, if they untapped. Fascinating stuff.
I don't see why he wouldn't.
Maybe we draw up to 8 cards and doesn't want to do that. I'm not sure.
No,
I agree. Maybe he wants to hold up Terminate in case his opponent has to combo.
6 cards in hand.
The face down card on the battlefield, I think, is a Dead Wall of Omens token.
Yeah. I don't see why he didn't play that Painful Truth then. Life total doesn't seem to matter too much. I guess a Bolt Snapcaster deck, sometimes you don't want to go... But going down to 12 isn't... Yeah.
We'll see how this game plays out. Maybe the Jund player has more information than we do.
Keeping it for an activation of Tasiga.
Yeah, that's true. Fascinating stuff. A bit more card advantage on different axes. Maybe he just wants to mill himself and draw cards that way.
And we'll see an attack from. So
got the
Terminate, but then Spell Snare's just going to take care of this Terminate. And
the
the second Terminate.
Are we second Terminating? It looks like we are. Third. Yeah.
But now he is
goodbye land.
Dead to the combo.
He's dead to the combo. I think we've done enough to disrupt the combo with a Thoughtseize and a Colligan's Command that I feel okay about this.
Yeah, I think getting rid of a land, taking up his entire turn, killing it, and getting rid of the Spell Snare.
Yeah, powerful stuff. I think
passing back to the Ionis.
John.
I think it's Loanis. What?
He's John.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows him as John.
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 Apparently, we've been told that he's known as John to his friends, so we'll refer to him that way. From now on.
I quite like Mr. Jund at this point.
Mr. Jund, yeah.
There's a lot of lands on the battlefield. We've had a Path to Exile and just many land drops.
Inquisition.
And
just going to see two lightning bolts, so.
Why would? Oh, we can't double bolt the Tasiga there.
No. I think firing off one bolt isn't worth it.
Honest.
Yeah. Just an attack 4.
So all of a sudden the Jund player.
Attack with Tasker, and I think he'll play this Scavenging Ooze. He does only have he has 2 green sources. So Snapcaster Mage is essentially
muted.
And does he have? Are there enough creatures in the graveyard to feed? Yeah, there is enough creatures in the graveyard to make
especially with Tasker
4/4. But I think I wouldn't want to activate Tasker at the end of this turn because it just leaves your Scavenging Ooze dead to the Lightning Bolt. Well, no Lightning Bolt, so I guess he's fine to use. What do you think of this aggressive use of the Celestial Colonnade?
Yeah, Colonnade.
I'm not sure.
Hey, if it's all you got to do, it's all you got to do. I think hitting your opponent.
Well, he's got a Remand in hand, which isn't amazing anymore. Tasker activation,
wow,
2 lands, 15.
What'd you give me back?
I think Inquisition.
This probably goes badly. Yeah, we know
you
his
can't
hand
give
is
him back the
Inquisition
Colligan's
targets.
Command.
You can't give him back.
He's got
Oh. If he has Spell Snare and Terminates are fine, you can give him back.
I think he has a Remand. Oh, he gives him back the
Fascinating
Colligan's
stuff.
Command.
Fascinating stuff.
Wow.
Definitely not my play. Hey.
I don't see how Charles Westerman attacking with the Celestial Colonnade. He's not winning this race, especially with the potential life gain and the Raging Ravine. It's
Maybe he's just playing to his out, so maybe he's got to
hope
some more
to
threats.
top deck. Well, with Snapcaster Mage is turned off.
Verdict,
yeah.
It's all in on the verdict, perhaps.
Or chain a couple of lightning helixes. Attack for 6.
These are
Potentially 7 or 8, I believe, because there's a Kiki and a Wall of Omens in the sideboard.
So graveyard. It's
graveyard. A block with the Wall of Omens. Is he going to?
Yeah, he's going to eat some guys.
I like leaving up 1 green mana though, in case.
He has access to like tons of green.
Yes, I believe
Just
3 green mana.
Quick cancel. 3 more green mana on top of the first one. I've got to say, so we haven't discussed Jund in the metagame yet. I think a lot of people said that now Twins out of it, and it was like one of the decks that sort of it beat up on. I think people ruled it out and fairly early on.
It depends.
It wasn't a big role player.
How we see these big mana decks, the Tron decks and the Black Eldrazi decks, they are some of the hardest matchups for Jund. So I'm not sure if maybe it could be getting pushed out the metagame, but we've had talks of it getting pushed out the metagame multiple times, but every time it just seems
back the Jund menace.
It just seems to come back. Well, either Jund or Abzan.
Ban what you like, Wizards. Jund will keep playing Jund.
Yeah, I doubt you can ever ban enough to make Tarmogoyf, Dark Confidant, and Abrupt Decay and cheap discard bad.
That black-green core is just nuts. When there's a bug control deck in the format, you'll see me playing every weekend. More Wall of Omens.
Wall of Omens.
I mean,
it's a chump blocker, I guess. Ooh, we have seen Charles draw his Sphinx's Revelation. That could turn the tide.
That's why he's not
Oh, does John have? He didn't have any discard, so
No, that's wow. Maybe this has been the plan all along.
yeah, just draw the Sphinx's Revelation and yeah, wow. I'm hoping to see some quite interesting.
So our opponent has to survive this turn.
A second Painful Truth. So everyone seems to be wanting to draw as many cards as possible in this matchup. We see
Drawing cards. is,
drawing
you know, a
cards
good
and
way to
making your
win
opponent
games.
discard cards. That seems to be the way that you're winning this.
John's quite good at that. Apparently, it is now at least.
We're seeing
Looking at Raging Ravine.
activation of Raging Ravine.
Nah,
I'm not sure I like activating Raging Ravine into red mana. Just if your opponent has the lightning bolt.
we know his opponent has bolt, so I think this is either he's trying to get the bolt out of the hand of their opponent, because trading a Raging Ravine for a bolt is probably okay at this point when you've got 3 Painful Truths in hand.
Yeah.
You really just don't want to die, and that represents
So
9
activates
life.
the Raging Ravine.
Bolt plus.
This
Might be a debate out the bolt. I'm not
Bolt.
really sure. No, he looks less happy about it now. Okay.
Maybe he didn't realise that.
Probably would have flowed green mana there, but hey.
Yeah, you could have.
One thing that sucks is you have to remember that these players are actual real people, and they exist in a real world. And our friend John here, Mr. Jund, had a game loss round in game 1 of this match, and is probably feeling it. Like,
Yeah, I can
it always
see
plays
why.
on your mind, and you're always a bit tentative. You're maybe making the best play every time, and sometimes that's just.
I think it's easier for us sat here. We're not actually playing. We can see what both players have got in hand. Is he going to play a Painful Truths? Yeah, he does have all 3.
I'll cast Painful Truths. I like
Go
that
to
line.
11, draw 3 cards, and remand.
That seems powerful.
Yeah, that is, especially with this much mana, you're pretty lucky to get that
Yeah.
much value out of
Remand.
remand at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think of remand in the format right now? I mean,
Well,
I'm not, because it was in Twin, you'd remand stuff until you could draw to the
it's
combo.
a very
or draw.
tempo-orientated counterspell.
And do we have that many tempo-ish? I think Blue Red Kiki is a reasonable deck to play remand in, but I doubt remand will see as much play as it did before, since he's not drawing to as many things in.
We needed an interesting 2-mana counterspell, I think. Mana Leak has
An
been really good in the
electrolyze
format
to
for a
the
very long
face.
time.
We've seen
gosh.
Electrolyze,
I'm not sure how I feel about
Snapcaster, draw, Electrolyze the
He's got Bolt. No, he doesn't have Bolt,
have the
because we
Bolt.
used the Bolt. Wow, just cycling.
I'd rather leave up the Sphinx's Revelation.
Scoop.
So yeah, the game goes
Yeah.
to
Jund.
Mr.
It
Jund.
seems like this might be a good matchup for Jund. Disrupting that sort of combo is quite easy. It's sort of how it beat up on the format before.
Yeah, it is very good against a lot of these controlling decks because the card advantage and
really
the
hard to
big
interact with.
threats
Yeah.
very hard to deal with when you're playing the blue Snapcaster decks.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Like, I really enjoyed watching how cards traded off there. Dark Confidant seemed really good early on.
Dark
throwing those
Confidant,
cards.
yeah, I think
The Painful Truths that we were sandbagging actually didn't seem that good, but maybe they're the games that you're not winning and need to turn around, whereas they're definitely not very win more. Like, yeah, there you go. Double Painful Truths
two
in
Painful
Jund.
Truths. What else? We said you saw the duress that you must have signed.
Yeah,
off
we definitely
in.
saw the duress.
Thragtusk
Thragtusk came
the
in.
kitchen things. He went for the
Is there things in?
As,
Yeah,
you,
I think
as
so.
I was saying, Fulminator going for the more resilient threat. Golgari
I'm
Charm.
not sure about the Golgari Charm. Oh,
Regenerate
I'm not sure.
stops the Supreme Verdict.
it does?
He saw Supreme Verdict at one point. He could have
Maybe he did.
brought that in to essentially
Yeah,
counter
perhaps.
Supreme Verdict.
Perhaps. Well, anyway, that was a really good match to watch. It's
Yeah.
good to see Blair Kiki losing on camera.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe people wanted twin decks. I'm not sure. From what we've seen today, maybe
Could you
making
play
infinite
twins better?
creatures just isn't where you want to be.
Yeah, maybe it isn't. Really enjoyed it though.
And back over to us.
So we'll witness a pretty interesting 2 matches. Firstly, we'd like to talk about the Cool Control versus Affinity. So some spicy
Yeah,
lists.
no, we have seen some very interesting.
You don't
card
watch
choices.
the Pro Tour and get this kind of
No.
fascinating cool Control list. I just sort of like, this is why you want to come to these
Yeah,
grassroots.
This is
Huddersfield
why
legacy,
you're watching
models.
us rather than the Pro Tour.
I'll take it.
In the amount, how many briberies have you seen?
How many briberies using the Pro Tour? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Gone. Bet you.
turns out
So-
we're playing it right now. We're just not watching.
Hope not. It looks really bad now if we've just predicted no briberies in the Pro
Not
Tour.
live yet. Okay. So, yeah, looking at. I'm not entirely sure we want these blue white red Kiki decks. I think it is just too.
I think
slow.
the matchup, like the way that we watched round 1 pan out, as in round 1.
Yeah.
the Snapcaster bolt removal engine is still really, really strong.
It's still, yeah.
Playing against creature decks like that, being able to do that, being able to have 3 real spells and cast them 5 times is insane. And then to lose as well is scary.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like how we have to do it. Luckily, we're hearing that there's Pairings for round 3 going up, so we'll be able to give you a game.
I think, is Tommy coming down for the commentation for...
I'm not sure. We'll see in just a moment. What we're expecting to see on the top tables this round. So we've seen some Pod doing some winning, some Affinity doing some winning,
some
Jun doing some winning. So very varied field. Top tables look quite fair after we've seen 2
we haven't seen
Kikis that lose. I mean,
we have seen combo-esque decks. I wouldn't really call them full-on combo
I
decks.
like that the Abzan deck is a combo deck with a secondary win con.
Yeah.
I like that the Kiki deck is a control deck with a combo finish.
Yeah,
it's a bit less.
It's not.
Combo than
You wouldn't say. When I think
expected.
of combo decks, I think of the Grishol brand. Think of the Summer Bloom deck.
Yeah.
Tribal battles, Merfolk versus elves.
Wow. We're here. Tribal battles.